Well, hello there. This is Kathy of kathysright.com, and welcome. The talking heads on the television are arguing the validity of this election, and it hasn't even occurred yet. Mostly because of the mail-in ballot. And some states are doing strictly mail-in ballots. I believe Colorado might be one of them. Before the pandemic struck the U.S., only 5 states, Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Washington, they conducted their elections using the mail-in vote. So that already exists in those states, and they tend to be very liberal states for the most part. But because of that, anticipators are saying that they will be looking into when the results will be. When will the results come? What will we be doing? Will it be like a month after the election? If so, there's rumors going around that somehow or another Nancy Pelosi would end up being president for interim. So we really don't know exactly how that's going to pan out because we haven't figured out exactly to what extent the Democrat Party will be cheating. The only thing we actually know for sure is that they will. And now they're talking about, will they be able to get Trump to leave the White House if they somehow maneuver it to where he has to leave? Like he wasn't going to leave. He would be the most gracious person to leave the White House. But they're acting like there's going to be some sort of big hailstorm of bullets or something. The National Guard's going to have to come in and remove our beloved president. I picture it to be much like Tony Montana. Remember in Scarface where Al Pacino plays Tony Montana and he's at the top of the stairs and all these men are coming in from every window, every staircase, everywhere. And they're coming at Tony Montana and say hello to my little friend. That is the way that the media is picturing Donald Trump leaving the White House. I kid you not. They do have a thing for the theatrics of everything, and I don't think they will change anytime soon. Isn't it strange how the liberal media how they speak about us, how they speak about Trump supporters, when their supporters, Biden supporters, are the ones out in the streets acting like real thugs, real live thugs, bona fide hoodlums. Yes, bona fide, real hoodlums, holding up stores and looting and criming. And one guy in New York tried to rape a woman right there I think it was at a train station, but right there in front of everybody. I mean, they have lost their minds in these blue cities that produce all these thugs. Yes, I said it, thugs. And they are going for the thug mob vote. Case in point, who does Joe Biden give an interview to? Not a reputable reporter. He goes for Cardi B, the bottom of the barrel, the one who has songs, rap songs. I don't know if you can call him a song because she's not actually singing, but rap, whatever that is. She's actually saying some pretty perverted things. So they're going from the baseline. I mean, they are the mob, top to bottom. The Democrat Party. You vote for a Democrat, you're voting for mob rule. Make no mistake about it, and they're not even shy about it. They didn't even mention the thuggery at their convention. All the riots across the nation in these big blue cities, they didn't even mention it. They're just now mentioning it because I think it's kind of obvious, especially when your local stations are showing things every night, 100 nights in a row in Portland alone. So yeah, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They're going for it. They're going for it. And then they turn around and say, we're fighting for the soul of America.
Bigger than any party. And folks, I said from the outset, Jill and I both said, we're in a battle for the soul of the nation. And that's not, I really believe that. And I think
the soul of a nation. Are you kidding me? We already know that the Democrat Party is the party of, they are the advocate of Satan himself. Their policies, their platform, the whole thing. It's all about death and destruction. The evil one, the enemy. So do you want to give them your soul, America? I don't. My soul is not for sale. My soul is not for sale for your phony reparations. My soul is not for sale for your empty promises. My soul is not for sale, Joe Biden. Take that to the bank. My soul believes in God. My soul belongs to God and me. And it's not for sale. And it's not for rent for 4 years. Let's put it to you that way. Maybe this is the one time that the devil isn't lying to you, that he's after your soul. Maybe this is the one time he's not lying and he's really giving his hand away. So watch it in America. They already had us closing our churches. Watch it, America. Do you think Joe had an original thought? So I guess I would be remiss if I did not speak of the NFL and their first games and the kneeling and the arm clenching. You know, they had elbow to elbow and the crowds booed them, rightfully so, because basically we are sick of this shit. We are all sick of this crap. We're done. Who gets to protest when they go to work? We just want to watch football, for God's sake. You can't watch football without somebody preaching to you by using their helmet. They're preaching to you with their socks on, cops looking like pigs on their socks. We don't go to football or watch football to be preached to. We don't. We watch I used to watch football. I haven't watched it lately because I'm sick of this shit. Okay? I'm just done. I'm tired of the left telling me how to think, what to say, what I can and cannot do, what I can and cannot wear, like my Trump hat, out of fear of the mob coming after me and maybe bullying me. I think we're all sick of it. And yeah, I when they booed, I wish I had watched, because I would have booed right along with them from my living room. I sure would have, because we're all sick of it. I'd appreciate it if they did all of their protesting on their own time and on their own dime, not mine. I liked them better when I didn't know what they thought. Same with Hollywood. I liked them better before I knew they were thinkers, these big thinkers. I mean, really, think about it. When I was in college, all the football players I knew had to have special tutors just to make the grade of C, just to make a C. So we don't care what you think, football players. Even in high school, you were struggling, and I don't care what you think. Do you want to help people? You want to make things better in the world? Go out into these neighborhoods. Go help these fatherless children. Half of you got 20 baby mamas. Serious. I'm not saying all, I said half, but I'm just sick of it. I'm not going to apologize for ranting today. So there. I don't want to know what Hollywood thinks about either. I really don't, especially now that we're finding out they're full of a bunch of pedophiles. Have you heard about this movie, Cuties? Cuties. Well, I pulled it up. I could only sit through about a third of it. It was disgusting. Children shouldn't be doing those things. Their dances were acts of intercourse. You know, air intercourse, if you will. I mean, completely disrespectful of their own bodies. Those little girls should be playing with toys. They should be playing with Barbie dolls. They shouldn't be doing those things. Whose parents put them, that their parents allowed them to be in this film? And who was the cameraman? Because every shot that I saw was a shot of somebody's bum or somebody's personal part. That guy's sick, whoever that was. It was sick. And I think Netflix ought to be charged with the sale of pornography. Are they licensed to sell pornography? I don't know. But child pornography is not only sick and evil, it's illegal. Charges. Netflix. But they gotta pay something for that, because that was sickening. Little girls, it made me really sad and it made me really mad. It just made me sad for them because, I don't know, I was very naive. At 11 years old, these were 11-year-old girls with high heels on, dressed like prostitutes. 11 years old. I still believed in Santa. And now they've got these girls acting like hoochie mamas. And they get paid for it, which is going to give them all sorts of twisted ideas about earning a living. I'm scared for them. What's going to happen to them when they grow up? When they look back at that? Are they going to be embarrassed? Their parents should be embarrassed. I don't recommend anybody seeing this movie because I couldn't even sit through it. It was just too bad. It was just, I couldn't, it was sad. I can't imagine looking at children and the way that they are presenting these children. The man I almost pulled the lever for president, Ted Cruz, he is demanding that the DOJ investigate Cuties filmmakers. Now, I know it was made, I think, in France, because everybody spoke French, I'm assuming. So it looked, it looked pretty urban. So I'm guessing that would be the case. But he's suggesting, and I think he's right, that they be investigated. If anybody else was doing child pornography, they would go to jail. So why not this? I'm thrilled to say that there are an increasing number of Black Americans who are coming to their senses and delivering themselves out of the Democrat plantation. God bless them all, including a new friend of mine. Her name is Leola Anafawoshe, and she went through something. And I interviewed her, and I'll be playing that show this week in parts. What I do is I separate it into 3 parts. I'm doing that with my show that I did with Terry Dillon, and I'll be doing the same thing this week with Dr. Leola Anafawoshe. And she's talking about when she left the Democrat Party, the backfire that she got from people she loved, people she knew, people she grew up with, and they treated her terribly. And I was there. At least on social media, I came to her defense because I'm very passionate about people having the right to believe, especially us conservatives, to believe and follow through with conservative values, Christian values. And she's a good Christian woman, and I can't wait for you to hear what she has to say. So God bless you. This is Kathy of kathysright.com. Say a prayer for America. I'll be with you all week. God bless. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye.